Hi everyone, Anthony Morganti here. Have you ever been in Lightroom in the Develop module and you looked at the bottom right hand corner of the histogram and noticed a little lightning bolt is there? In this very short video, I'm going to explain what that lightning bolt means and what you should do about it. Currently, I'm in the Library module of Lightroom, and if you look over at the left at my folders, you'll see that I have active a relatively old folder. It's from August 18, 2014. So I took these images in 2014 and imported it into Lightroom at that time. If we go over to the Develop module, you'll notice on this specific image, there is that lightning bolt appearing in the lower right-hand corner of the histogram. If I hover over it, you'll see it says Process Version 3. Then after a second, a tooltip appears, Update to Current Process Version. Well, what does that all mean? Well, let's go to the Calibration tab and open up where it says Process, this little drop down, and you'll see that there are 5 process versions, and it's showing that version 5 is the current process version. Process versions are the algorithms that Lightroom uses to adjust an image, and over the years, as they've improved these algorithms, they've come out with new process versions. Also, when they've added new features, they would come out with a new process version. For example, up in the Basic tab, that texture slider, that's relatively new. It was added a few years ago, and when they added that texture slider, they came out with a new process version. Now, you have some control. Some people prefer to use a specific process version over another for a specific situation. And I'll talk about that in a moment. But you don't have total control, meaning I cannot really use process version 3 if I wanted to. The reason being is if I go up to the Basic tab and I just move any slider, I'll move exposure. If I just move exposure to the right a little bit, you'll notice that the lightning bolt disappeared. If I go back to calibration, you could see it automatically switch me into process version 5, the current version. What you'll find currently with these 5 process versions, if you're in or you have an image that is in process version 3 or 4, any adjustment you do will automatically switch you into 5. That is because process in 3 and 4 do not really have any improvements to the algorithms. They just have new tools added. For instance, that texture slider. I believe also the masking that is available in the local adjustment tools. When that came out, there was a new process version for that. So it really didn't improve the way, in my case, me moving that exposure slider, it didn't improve anything there. It just automatically will switch you to process version 5, the current process version. Now, if you are in an older process version though, older than 3, then things are a little different. Let me go to process version 2. And when I do that, you're going to see the image is going to change a little bit. See, it changed a lot a bit. If I go up to you'll see that lightning bolt appeared again. If I go to the Basic tab, you'll notice the sliders are different. We have exposure, recovery, fill light, blacks, brightness, contrast. These sliders, like brightness, fill light, recovery, those aren't in the current process version or in process version 3 and 4 either. Also, you'll notice there's no like whites slider, so it's totally different. You could stay in this process version. So if I start to do adjustments here, you'll notice it doesn't change. That lightning bolt stays. And if I jump down to the calibration tab, it stays in process version 2. Some people like to use process version 2 because, especially on dark images, because they feel, and I think it's been proven, that you could open up the shadows more so in process version 2 than you can in 3, 4, or 5. So there are times when you may want to be in process version 2, even if you have a process version 5 image that is exceptionally dark, you may want to go down to the calibration tab and switch it to 2. You could try 1 as well. and then go up to the basic tab and start doing your adjustments, and hopefully you'll be able to recover more detail in the shadows with one of those older process versions. So again, just to recap that small bit, if you're in process version 3 or 4, any little adjustment you do will automatically switch you into 5. If you're in 1 or 2, you'll stay there unless you manually switch it. Now, as far as manually switching it, you could just go to this drop down, obviously, and switch it, or you can go up to that lightning bolt. Let's take a look at this lightning bolt. If I click on the lightning bolt, like it's encouraging me to do, you'll get this dialog box. It says new processing technology is available for this image. If you choose to update, please note that moderate to significant visual changes may occur. It is recommended that you update only one image at a time until you are familiar with the new processing technology. You may elect to preserve the original settings by selecting cancel. So I could just cancel and nothing will change. I could review the changes via before after, and then I could not see this again if I want to. Let's do it, review changes via before after. So I'll click on update, and it's just going to do the one image. So there's before and there's after, and it looks pretty similar. I think after is a little darker than before. So after is in process version 5, and before is in process version 1. So you could see that there is a slight difference. So to get out of this, you could hit the Y key on your keyboard and you're back to the original image. And then you'll notice that that lightning bolt is gone because it did update this image. Let's go to another image. Okay, so here's an image here. It has that lightning bolt. Process version 3 on this one. Let's click that again. Let's forget about reviewing changes via before after and just click update. And then what it will do is it will automatically bring that into process version 5. Let's go into one more and then we're done. All right, so we have this one and we have the lightning bolt. Let's click on the lightning bolt. Let's update all film strip photos. So everything in this folder will be converted or updated to process version 5 when I do this. Now you may not want to do this with your folders, particularly if you're moving from process version 1 or 2 to process version 5, because you will at times see a significant change. For example, let me see this image first of all. This is something that was sent to Photoshop. Let me see here. Let me find one that I actually processed. Like this one. Okay, so there's changes there. Let me go to the calibration tab. We're in process version 3. Let me go to process version 2. And you could see there's a significant change, right? So you could see how sometimes when you do this, you'll get significant changes. When I jump back to process version 3, I lost all those edits. Now I can go to the history tab and I can just go back to that point and then I'm good. So that is good because it has the history tab. Now I am going to do the whole folder though. To do that, again, click on that lightning bolt. Update all film strip photos. The film strip photos are the photos in that folder. If I was in a collection, it would be the folders in that collection, but we're going to do all of them in this folder, and we're just going to do that, and it will update now all of them into the current process version, which as of the making of this video is process version 5. So we're all ready to rock and roll, and we could start processing our images with the latest process version. So that is the kind of silly, complicated world of process versions in Lightroom. Hopefully that answered any questions you have about process versions and helps you manage your Lightroom library. Thank you, everyone who watches my videos. I really do appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys soon.